Now, Simpson, because of your many years as a nuclear technician, we're putting you on a nuclear sub.
Nuclear. It's pronounced nuclear.
Whatever.
Nuclear.
On deck, Captain Tennille wishes to address you.
I'm a man of few words. Any questions?
Is the poop deck really what I think it is?
I like the cut of your jib.
What's a jib?
Promote that man. The Navy has a fine sense of tradition. Whenever an American vessel leaves port, the crew sings this ancient sea chanty. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. You hear that? The whales are hungry. Homer, join us.
Thank you.
Tell me, young man, what do you want out of life?
I want peas.
We all want peace, but it's always just out of reach.
Uh-huh.
So, what's the best way to get peace?
With a knife.
Exactly. Not with the olive branch, but the bayonet. Oh, Simpson. You're like the son I never had.
And you're like the father I never visit.
Sir, I was running a diagnostic and there was an obstruction in torpedo tube number 1.
I'll take care of it. Oh, what the hell. Simpson, well, I'm gone. You're in command.
Me?
Him?
Yes. Maybe it's the salt water in my veins or the nitrogen bubbles in my brain, but I've taken a real shine to you. Seaman, open that torpedo tube.
You'll never get a response talking to my son like that. You gotta poke him with a stick. Well, I don't want to go to school today.
Oh, for God's sake. Contraband!
Ooh, comfy.
Homer, we got an enemy sub closing in fast. What do we do?
I don't know.
15 seconds to collision. We need a decision.
What would the captain say in my spot?
Don't fire the torpedoes!
Fire the torpedoes!
We've been hit by an officer!
If they're going to fire on us, we'll respond in kind. Fire! Not me, a torpedo!
We're losing power. We're losing backup power. We're down to mood lighting here.
All right. Mellow out, everybody. The captain will know what to do. You just shot the captain out of the torpedo tube!
That means you're in charge, Homer.
I am?
Those were the orders.
Very well, then. I'm a captain. Mr. Moe, steady as she goes!
Aye, aye, you big dummy.
Steer the ship with a controller, with a joystick from a gaming system, a home gaming system. There's special training just to learn how to get into an escape suit, in and out of that. It's a very tough thing to get into these kind of warm weather coveralls that will float you if you have to bail from a ship or escape from a submarine. Beyond that, no real training. When we went down, it was just, there were communication problems on every trip I've taken. Of the 4 separate dives I'd taken with Ocean Gate, every time there was a problem with at least, sporadically communicating with the surface. And again, I don't think that's their fault as much as just that's the nature of the beast. When you're going 1,000 feet or 13,000 feet underwater, you're going to lose contact for a while.
Before we went, we had never seen the sub. We didn't know anything about it. There's very little information on the website. I didn't know at that point that you drive the thing with an Xbox game controller. I didn't know that the ballast was, used construction pipes. And then you get the tour, and Stockton Rush, the designer of the sub, the CEO, explains to you that all of this stuff, the lights and the handles and the propellers, these are off-the-shelf parts because, well, not only are they inexpensive, but they're tried and true. They're mass-produced. The part we care about is the pressure vessel, the capsule where the people are. And that he designed with NASA and the University of Washington. And that, he says, is as locked down as it gets. His exact words were, everything else can fail, the lights can go out, the propellers can stop, but you will still be alive. You are bolted in from the outside. There are 18 bolts in a circle around the hatch. And by the way, they only fasten 17 of them. The 18th one is way up high, and they say there's really no mathematical difference. So you're right. The really nightmarish scenario is that they are alive at the surface, bobbing away, running out of air, and unable to get out.
Fool me once,